Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? Oh, I've got a lot of things on my mind today that I want to chat with you about. I'm just back from the gym. It was one of those days. It's Saturday morning, and I go to the gym earlier on Saturday than I do other days, and I didn't wake up early today. So I woke up like 15 minutes before I was supposed to be at the gym. Now, the gym's just a 5-minute walk away, so I made it just on time. But it's a lot harder just rolling out of bed and then rolling into a workout than kind of getting yourself mentally set. I'm feeling somewhat already pooped as a result of that. But I got a bunch of things that I need to talk to you about today. We've got some exciting things happening in the Dotto tech front. Have you seen the new website? Oh my goodness gracious. If you have a second, pop over to our website, dottotech.com, and take a look at the redesign of the homepage that our brilliant designer Liz Azian did. She came to me and she said, Steve, I think it's time we refresh the homepage. And it's been about a little over a year since we launched the new site. And so I'm saying, sure, because she's got great instincts. And look what she came up with. I love this. Here's the key. When you visit it, give me the feedback in the comments, but this is the key to the new site, is this thing just below the fold, this area here, which is all of our calls to action. When you think about what a website is supposed to do in this day and age, it's supposed to give people access to your core content, to allow them to connect with you and communicate with you. And here, all of the things that I want my community to do are right here. Join my webinar. Webinar Wednesday is our biggest thing. Join my webinar. Listen to my podcast. That's my next biggest thing. I'm trying to grow that podcast. Watch my videos, the core of our business. You click here to watch it. We've got a new feature that I'm going to be talking about, something new that we're starting, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But this is it. Promote your product. And I'll tell you about it in just a few moments. Take my courses, hire me to speak, and enjoy my vlog. And if you scroll on down, we've got some of our free list builders, some of our free content and our free courses that we allow people to sign up for. And then we get right into the main content. Here's all of our podcasts. By the way, if you haven't tuned in to Gray Matters yet, please sign up for Gray Matters and share it with your friends. Let people know about that podcast, the showcase, which I'll fill you in on in a moment. Watching our videos on down, and finally enjoying my vlogs. Kind of in order of importance, I think, as well, in our business going ahead. But I think the colors and just the feel of it, and how accessible all of our content is, I hope that it lands for you. Photo. I'm happy with that photo. Shan took that. That's actually just taken with an iPhone. We were just on our walk. It was actually on our anniversary, a year after we got married. We were walking past the same spot that we took our wedding photos, and she snapped a photo using the portrait mode on the iPhone 7, and it turned out, I think, pretty good. It captures, quite nicely. So that's the homepage. Let us know. Let me know what you think of it. I think it's pretty awesome. I think Liz has done a great job, but would love to hear your feedback on it. Now, what was new there on the website is something called the Product Showcase, which we're launching on the main channel coming up this coming week. And here's the deal. You know that on my main channel that I don't sell too aggressively. I'm always kind of more on the side of delivering a lot of value, building community, and sometimes I do that at the expense of revenue by not selling as aggressively, not doing as much affiliate revenue, or not selling courses, or not doing as many calls to action to get people to purchase whatever it is that we happen to be making our living from at that time. And that's I'm happy with that mix, but I also recognize that I'd like to generate more revenue. We all would. I think all of us in our business, we'd like to generate more revenue. So I came up with the idea of doing a weekly product showcase, which you will have the opportunity to participate in on a weekly basis coming up. It probably won't be every week as we first launch it, but here's the main idea. And again, love your feedback on it. And if any of you are interested in participating, that would be great as well. Every week here, at the Dotto Tech channel, I get emails from multiple brands that want me to showcase their product on the channel. And they're usually really good products, but I mostly say no. Even if they're willing to pay, I say no. And the reason that I say no is that for me to properly showcase a product, I really have to intimately understand that product. And so it has to be products that I use. That's the style of demo that we do at Dotto Tech. And I just don't have time to learn all of the products. And often to learn to use them, I have to re-engineer our processes, how we do things, in order to properly showcase the product. That's just the way that I do things. But I thought the community should still hear about these things, and there's also a revenue opportunity. So what would happen if we took what we do on Webinar Wednesday, the same idea of Webinar Wednesday, where we pre-record a demo, but I get their people to pre-record the demo, not a sales pitch, but a demonstration of what the product does, and then we live stream a presentation where I interview them, run their demo in the live stream. Hopefully they create a really compelling offer for our community off the back end, but we also then engage in a Q&A, and we do it as a weekly live stream, and we call it right up front, this is a product showcase. We're going to be selling you a product at the end, and then we can generate revenue from charging people up front for that, for access to the community, and then also there's affiliate opportunities attached to that as well. And so I've rolled this out to a few brands. They love the idea, and I really am excited about it, but not quite ready to deliver it as exactly packaged. So we're going to do our first test run this week, and in that we're going to sell one of our own online courses, but we're going to test the whole format and see how the community reacts to it and make sure that we've got all of the pieces in place. So keep your eyes open. Not on this channel, not on the vlog channel, but on the Dotto Tech channel, we'll be doing a live stream on Thursday. It'll be called the Product Showcase, and it'll be your first chance to participate and have a look. Now, what I'm really hoping is the brands get excited about this, and they recognize that we bring a really good and compelling audience to the table, and they start to offer really good extra deals. Like they offer good discounts, nice incentives for our community to purchase. So I hope that it becomes a kind of an event, a weekly event from that perspective. So I'd love to hear your feedback on it. And once we do it, now that you know kind of the plan, how I'm planning on putting it in place, once it's done, again, your feedback on how it landed will be important. Of course, how many people watch and the engagement we get from it's also going to be it'll be pretty telling. But I'm all pumped about that. That's our big thing coming up for this week. Now on Webinar Wednesday this week, by the way, we've got a really interesting feature coming up as well, because we're going to be talking about bots. How do you land on the whole bot thing? On messenger bots and the different chat bots that are online, and even things like Twitter bots and Facebook bots, all of the different automated machine learning services that interact with you as though they are real people. Of course, this all came to light really in a very negative way for most of us with the 2016 election in the U.S., where automated bots, were responsible for as much as 20 or 30% of the conversations leading up to the election, and the bots were there designed to sway opinion to one side or the other. Of course, that's quite controversial, and still there's great fear that it's going to happen again. But the power of these bots, the ability to create a machine language interaction between us and whatever service it is we're interacting with, is a real double-edged sword. I personally am not crazy about them. At the last social media marketing world, it was all about bots. People were talking about the power of them, and there is some great potential in streamlining processes and getting people to the right people and getting people into the right place. If you haven't tested it out, or if you've probably used them without even knowing about it. Bots happen when you are on a website, and there's a little pop-up that appears at the bottom that says, "Can we help you? Can we help you find what you're looking for? Is there anything I can do for you?" If you interact with that chat window, sometimes you'll be talking to a real person, but more often than not, at least at the beginning, you'll be talking to a machine. And the machine will be using as much natural language as possible and machine learning to learn how you react in order to hopefully direct you to the right place. Now, ultimately, you might end up talking to a real person, but often your questions will be solved and resolved just by your interactions with this chatbot. And these are not just on websites, but these happen in Facebook, they happen in Twitter, they happen everywhere. And there's whole new businesses being built to create and enable chatbots. So it's one of those things that's, again, the cow's out of the barn. We're going to be dealing with them, but I think we should learn more about them and understand them better. And I know I'm on that journey myself. I've never built one, but I've already looked at the tools for building them and tried to figure out. I know I don't want to use them in my business. I might ultimately end up using them, but it's going to be with a lot of resistance and a lot of heart searching, soul searching, before I decide that's something that works for me and for you. And I imagine you'll have an opinion on that as well. Having said that, check out this week's Webinar Wednesday, because Amanda Robinson's going to be joining us on this week's Webinar Wednesday, and she's going to be taking us through the anatomy of a bot, how they work, first of all, for marketing and for community building, and how you build them. We're going to see a little bit of the back, kind of in the back room, about how bots are constructed. I think that understanding them will remove a lot of our preconceived notions about them, and hopefully alleviate some of the fear, and as always, hopefully give us a little bit more control over the situation. The more we know, the more control that we can assert. So that's going to be this week on Webinar Wednesday. So check it out. If you don't have time to take the webinar in, you can always sign up, and you get access to the replay once the webinar is over as well. So I think this is an education process that is just beginning. As always, your comments and feedback is so valuable to me. A quick update: I haven't bought my iPad Pro yet. I know I asked you guys for advice. Your advice has been stellar. I just haven't found the deal that I want on it, but I think I'll let you know as soon as I buy one, and of course I'll be doing some demos on it once I get one as well. And with that, I think we've reached our allotted time for today. So till next time, I am Steve Dotto. Have fun storming the castle.